I'm the producer, Cindy, and my co-producer, Melina, is at the back running. And tonight we have a very special lineup for you guys. It's gonna, and also afterwards, we also have puppets in the back. This was part of our pre-show setup. Calvin and his co-puppet here, Sammy, they created this for a puppet musical of a very, very special theme. You can read about it in the little card at the back, so I invite you guys to check that out. But without further ado, this is A Night of Unstageable Works.
Ever since I was a little girl, I dreamed of being a quality assurance customer service representative. I remember when I was younger, my dad took me to his office. He worked for this like small to mid-sized e-commerce startup company. They sold goods on the internet. And he took me there, and I remember just this feeling of like pure, unadulterated wonder and joy as I like watched them all on their little headsets. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You know, he introduced me to the customer service manager, and he introduced me to his team and taught me a little bit more about what they do. So he said, these professionals, right, he was just talking. He said, these professionals, he said, basically what they do is they make people with unhappy lives a little happier about a little thing. You know, like it makes people feel more in control of themselves and their money in a capitalist world that's out to get you, and that excited me. That was like crazy. And sorry, it just someone in the corner over there, they caught my eye, and it was just this woman sitting by herself. Oh, apart from all the other customer service agents, she was small. She was nervous looking, and she was looking at her computer as if the world were about to cave in on her, and I was like, Daddy, who is that woman? And he said, oh, that woman? That's a very special woman, you know, that's the QA gal, the quality assurance representative. I mean, it's her job to make sure that everyone else is doing a good job, and if they don't, you know, she tells the boss to fire him, and I said, and that was the day that I promised myself that no matter what, I would become that person. It was my dream and my life goal to become a quality assurance representative. Thank you. You know, I didn't make many friends in college, and it's okay. It is okay. I was okay with that, and I kind of knew that I was not gonna do that, but that was fine. You know, I wasn't there to make friends, I would say. I was there to join, well, to gain the skills to join the necessary e-commerce call center rank. Rise my way up the ranks, right? Get all of that information and go, go, go. You know what I'm saying? And so I remember I was there, but I don't mean to brag here, but I did end up getting a little bit of experience working behind the counter at places like Gap, Nordstrom, Rack. What else did I do? I did Forever 21. I even landed an unpaid internship at TJ Maxx working in the wholesale division. Now listen, I did not have any clue about wholesale, but I did want to see what they were doing for quality assurance from like a close kind of standpoint. So that's why I was there. Now, everything sort of changed in my life as it does when I graduated and I came to New York City. I met with a recruiter and I told her my plan. I said, hey, so I am here because I am looking for an entry-level position. All right, I would love to work at a customer service kind of position, at an e-commerce brand, any kind of e-commerce brand. I'll accept a salary of like 30K, and I will basically give my all for a couple of years, rise up the ranks, and then become that person. Hopefully get like maybe a big position or something like that. Oh, I'm gonna stop you right there, she said. So like, the quality assurance, the customer service field, it's a very selective world. There's a lot of competition. Where did I put my stuff? Oh, it's just like every kid with a bachelor's degree. They come to the city, all of them very green, all of them with the same dream. They think that they want to go into customer service. I say, do you have what it takes? And I got a little emotional, I'm not gonna lie to you. I teared up a little bit. Sorry, but you don't understand. I just want to be a quality assurance representative for an e-commerce customer service team. It's all I've ever wanted. It's all I've ever wanted. You know, she looked at me with this like perfect cocktail of 1 part compassion and 1 part condescension. She said, oh, look, honey, I know, I really do. But, okay, oh, no, don't cry, here's a tissue. I think, listen, I cannot make any promises, but I will keep an eye out for you, you know. In the meantime, let us find you some work. Can you just wait it out a little bit? Try something just temporarily, it'll be fine. Yeah? So I said I could do that, maybe. Okay, good. Because I've got this temporary position. It just opened up. They need somebody ASAP, okay? So look, it is probably 6 months. It's no more than a year tops. You're following me. So Imo Van Hove is putting up a production of Hamlet. It's going up at the Old Vic in 3 weeks. Schumacher is producing. Now listen, they are looking for a Hamlet. And I think you would make a Hamlet. So what do you say? You think you could play the Morning Prince of Denmark? I'm not sure. I told her. I never really like acted before. I was roped into playing this small part at my high school's production of The Crucible, Mary Warren. I hated it. And I kept thinking to myself, I was like, okay, well, I do need the money. If it's no more than like 6 to 8 months tops, maybe I can do it. But I don't know how to act. Oh, it's okay, honey. It's super easy. You just go in there, you figure it out, you just be yourself. Well, that's how I ended up getting the role of Hamlet in Imo Van Hove's Broadway production of Hamlet. The show ran 243 performances. So for 8 times a week, 3 hours at a time, I was Hamlet, and, you know, like, it wasn't all bad. You know, the cast and I got along fine. The hours took some getting used to, but I kind of worked it out. The audiences seemed to like my performance. I was nominated for, I didn't win, an Obie, whatever that is, but you know, it wasn't what I wanted to do. So I was kind of there, and I wasn't sure. So I just kind of wanted to do QA, as I previously mentioned. But when the run was finally over, I ended up going back to my recruiter again, just to kind of see what the vibe was. And she said, baby, Hamlet, I think you found your calling. I think you did. I mean, you really got a knack for this thing. Oh, I mean, you won an Obie. That is not a small fry deal, don't you think? Wait, I thought I didn't win the Obie. No, it's okay, fine, whatever, thank you, I appreciate it. Do you have any leads on customer service, Jeff? Oh, do I have leads? Let me see, do I have leads? No, I do not have leads. I mean, it's a very competitive position, babe. I mean, I really don't know. Oh, but you know what? I'll keep looking. I do feel like I do have some good news. I mean, I have a bunch of agents on the phone asking for you. Customer service agents? Talent agents, honey, talent agents. Every director in town wants you. I mean, do you like Broadway musicals? And I told her I didn't like Broadway musicals. I didn't want to do Broadway musicals. Oh, well, that's too bad, honey, because, listen, we got Daniel Radcliffe. We got Nick Jonas. They put another revival of that classic Andrew Lloyd Webber number. And they're looking for a leading lady, and I think you'd be a shoo-in. I mean, it's a great plot. It's Nick and Dan. It's a great plot. You're gonna have this amazing showstopper 11 o'clock ballad. You're gonna have all these things. I mean, come on, take the musical job. Then I'll find you something else. Take it. I mean, mean, what choice did I have? I took the musical job. Standing in the wings before opening with Dan and Nick by my side. I looked out on stage, and I closed my eyes, and I just pictured my little tiny desk, and my little MacBook Air, and my little external monitor, awash with line charts and key performance indicators, like net promoter scores and quality assurance and customer service level agreements and just all of that. And then I was back in the wings. I felt like this run would never, ever end. I'm telling you, it would never, ever end. And so when it finally did, I went back to my recruiter, and she had no leads, just more shows. So I did Sondheim, I did Meredith Willson, I did Gershwin, I did Porter, Lerner and Lowe, Lesser, Lin-Manuel Miranda asked me for my autograph. That was hell. And it lasted for years. But you know what, it wasn't all bad. I mean, I made a good chunk of money. I bought a house in Los Angeles. I bought an apartment in New York. I got a Rolls Royce, not to brag. I ended up meeting my girlfriend, Valentina Ramirez Aguilar, and I met her at this amazing thing, the Chorus Line, a national tour. And, you know, we got married. I said we got married. I'm like, gay people or something. Listen. It wasn't all bad, but something just didn't feel right. You all know that feeling. Something just didn't feel right, so I kept thinking to myself, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. But one day, after the closing of a New York revival of Les Miserables Drama Desk Award, I stormed into my recruiter's office, and I put my foot down, and I said, I don't want to act anymore. I'm done. I'm out of the game. Just please, let me do something in quality assurance. Let me do something in customer service. She said, honey, baby, calm down. Calm down, honey. I mean, listen, what is Valentina gonna say? Val and I have already talked, okay? And Val, in whatever it is that I'm going to do, I don't like singing, I don't like dancing, I don't like acting, I feel like I'm settling. I feel like I'm playing the safe card with acting, and I just can't do it anymore. I am sick of it. I am sick of it. I've been sick of it from the beginning. I need to do something else, just anything else. Oh, honey, baby, darling. I don't know what to tell you. I don't have any openings. Let me look for my openings. I don't have any openings. I'm looking for the openings and I just can't find them. I mean, okay. Listen, I hate to tell you this. I hate to be the one to say this. But customer service, quality assurance, honey, it's a pipe dream. I mean, I hate to tell you that, but you gotta grow up. You gotta see the world. You gotta be realistic. We can't always do what we want. And I sat there, and I sat there and I felt like a maxed out inbox during a busy quarter. And I'm so stupid. I feel like, yeah, you know, maybe I knew deep down that I didn't really have what it takes to be a quality assurance representative for an e-com apparel brand. Well, honey, baby, I got good news. I just got off the phone with Steven Spielberg, and he is putting out a biopic of that girl Amelia Earhart, and he wants you for the role. He won't take no for an answer. Come on, take the role. Tell me you'll take the job. Tell me you'll take the job. Tell me, because then I promise you, I swear to God, I will find a service job for you. I will find that role, honey. I will. Just take the gig. Take the gig. Do it for me. Spielberg a few days later, and we talked about the picture and the role, and me stretching my instrument to the limit, whatever the fuck that means, and I mean, we did it. I was Amelia Earhart. We shot the film for just under a year, and afterwards, at the wrap party, Stephen took me out to talk privately on his balcony overlooking Mulholland Drive. Listen, I can't thank you enough. I don't know why that's Steven Spielberg's voice, but it is. I can't thank you enough. I mean, listen, this is gonna be my magnum opus, and it's all thanks to you. I've never worked with an actress like you. I'm speechless. Okay, all right, don't tell anyone, but between you and me, I think we got the Oscar in the bag. You should be very, very, very proud of yourself. I thanked him as I looked over the LA skyline, trying not to look ungrateful. This is the life! I mean, right? This is the life. You think so too, don't you? This is it. This is it. I started shaking. I clenched my jaw. I burned with fury. I wanted nothing more in the world than to grab him by the shoulders and look at him in the eyes and scream, I don't like art! I don't like it! I don't like theater! I don't like film! I don't like musicals! I don't like any of it! I don't like the fame or the money or the prestige! I don't like Shakespeare, Sondheim, Amelia Earhart, whatever the fuck! I don't care about stretching my instrument! I don't care about the manifestation of the soul through art, whatever the fuck that means! I just wanted to be a quality assurance representative for a small to mid-sized e-commerce apparel company. Do you know what it feels like, Steve? Do you know what it feels like to see your life going inexorably in the opposite direction of where you wanted it to go? What if I never get to run a conflict resolution report? What if I never get to calculate the correlation between return policies and average handle time? What if I never get to do any of it, Steve? I'm just Amelia Earhart to you? But I held it in. Yeah, I held it in all the way to the Oscars. Val wrote my speech, and when I won the award for Best Actress, I got to put on a happy face. I guess I am a good actor. Later, at the after party, I was driving the rolls to me and Val's new house at the pool. One hand on the wheel, the other sympathetically in Val's lap. I couldn't help but hear the voice echoing in my head down the canyon of the lost dreams of yesterday's life. This ain't it, kid. This ain't it.
Let's not speak of the old days, or what came after. May we hold hands in the old way?
feel the rings.
Thank you.
Often you may agree with him, thinking, yes, we should simply study our Mr. Pritchard and learn our rhyme and meter and go quietly about the business of achieving other ambitions. Here's a secret for you. Good luck. Good luck.
When I was 5, I told my parents I didn't want to go to Disney World. I know, what the fuck kind of 5-year-old was I? But little me, in my white button-up shirt and my pink sweater vest, didn't want to miss school for a day. Mickey Mouse could wait. I had letters to learn and numbers to count and the opportunity to get a toy from the treasure chest if I kept my 3 smiley faces. There was also, of course, the fact that I was out every other week due to yet another illness. Nothing bad, no long-term incurable disease, just a cycle of ear infections and strep throat and ear infections and strep throat and UTIs and ear infections and strep throat, and you get the point. When I was young, I had this stethoscope that every time you use it on someone, it would make them cough. That was me. Sometimes I can still hear her voice. Let's take this tragic tale of illness all the way back to the beginning. When I was born, I killed my mother. Don't worry, she's still alive. The miracles of modern medicine. When I was supposed to be born at Mother's Day, May 5th, today, but I came 2 weeks late bearing preeclampsia and being born on the Taurus Gemini cusp, which, dare I say, is worse than being just one of the two. Flashing forward 4 years, when I was in preschool, I almost died. Lots of deaths surrounding my first few years. According to my mother, it was a combination of strep throat and an ear infection and pink eye and a really bad rash. And this just began the cycle of ongoing illnesses. And when I got to kindergarten, I really did want to learn, but every other week I was out with yet another illness. Flash forward another 4 years, and I had the whooping cough. Did you know that still existed? Because I didn't. Not until I read a biography about some guy who definitely did something really important, but who I only remember for having the whooping cough in his youth. It was awful. The coughing, the wheezing, the chest tightness, Okay, so maybe it wasn't the whooping cough, but I really thought it was. I was x-rayed and nebulized, and I was full of early onset anxiety. It turned out just to be asthma. Every morning, with the school announcements, I would go to the office and use my inhaler with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. Every single day for all of 3rd grade. And honestly, it probably should have continued on after that, but we kind of just forgot about it. Sorry, 1 sec, my throat's a little sore. Speaking of sore throats, every single year through freshman year of high school, I would get strep throat. I got really tired of the taste of bubblegum amoxicillin, but it all ended when I got an antibiotic-resistant strain in freshman year of high school. I went to high school 48 hours, the usual infection period, and immediately vomited as the bell for class rang. When I got home, I could barely get out of bed. The doctors saw my throat, and they were surprised I was still breathing. I was out of school for a week. But after that, I was barely sick again, unless you count the sinus infection that I think I'll have for life. But the sick days continued. In sophomore year of high school, I spent most of my time laying on an air mattress on the floor of my baby brother's room, not doing much more than drinking chocolate milk and watching TV shows. Every morning, I would make yet another excuse that I was too sick to go to school just so I could lay around doing nothing. I always wonder what life would be like if... Should I just have pushed through the illnesses and gone to class? I mean, what life lessons did I miss out on when I was too sick to get out of bed? When I had that ear infection, did they tell everyone how to make friends and keep them? When I was bedridden, did everyone else get the key to finding your life's purpose? On the day I had that x-ray, did they give everyone the guidebook to life that I just seem to be missing? They say everything you need to know you learned in kindergarten. What happens to those of us who weren't there to learn it?
So what did I miss?
June 15th, 1850. 1,860 days since the Erebus and the Terror set sail from Woolwich, England, led by Captain Sir John Franklin. The expedition embarked for the frigid landscapes of Antarctica, marking one of the most ambitious efforts of the British Empire. But Sir John Franklin has not been seen since departure. Search efforts have been extensive, but none successful. The entire world awaits the one that will bring these brave men home. And thus, the Empire has turned to more unconventional manners of search. Many have doubted the work of the British inquiry of mesmerism, but they cannot dispute the facts. It is incontrovertible that men and women have been thrown into a trance of clairvoyance. The act of clairvoyance is simply an electric fluid passing from one body to another, becoming acquainted with objects and doings near and remote, and of reporting on the condition of men and things, the stronger seer operating on the weaker subject. In fact, we have just witnessed a most fantastical display of this power. A young lady, a native from Calcutta, has been entrusted with this great search, possibly the greatest of our time. We doubt whether she has ever been many miles from Calcutta in her life, and certainly could have little, if any, knowledge of the scene she described. And yet...
I see a shipwreck embedded in the ice. The sailors are cutting it out with some kind of spades. I know not what to call them. I see a gentleman sitting at a table, writing.
Is there fire in the cabin?
Why would the cabin be on fire?
Is there a fireplace?
Yes. A stove.
What is burning on it? Ice or wood or coal?
Ice. Why would they be burning ice? Coal is burning. The gentleman is near the fire. He's not very tall or stout. He looks haggard and thoughtful.
Hello.
You can see me?
Can you see the name of the vessel?
Are you really there? Am I dead? I should be.
I don't know. This has never happened before.
Who are you?
I am Haima.
Oh, I'm...
Sir John Franklin.
How do you know it is him?
I'm sure that I feel it is him.
How do you know my name?
The whole world knows who you are. You were declared missing 4 years ago.
4 years. I've been missing for 4 years, and you're who they've sent to find me.
I'm the first person to see you in 4 years. Dear God, I'm the first person to see you in 4 years. I found you.
Who sent you?
The British Inquiry of Mesmerism.
British?
Yes,
Mesmerism?
yes, that's how I found you.
So you're not actually here?
No. Well, yes, I've never gone out this far before. I didn't think I could, but I found you.
So what now?
What do you mean?
So are you going to take me home?
So, where exactly are you?
Why are you ignoring
How
me?
many rations do you have left?
Why can't you answer
Is
my
your ship in
question?
good condition?
I don't see what the issue is. Why can't you just answer me?
It's for the inquiry. They want to make sure that you're okay.
So you're speaking with them?
Yes, that's what I just said.
So you can send a message back?
Yes,
Back home?
I suppose so.
So you can tell my wife and my daughter. September. You could tell them I miss them and I'll be home soon. So you'll tell them that. You'll tell them that I'm coming home soon.
I don't think I can.
Of course you can. That's why they've sent you here.
No, I'm not just here for them. I'm here for myself. To see and explore.
Explore? You're not an explorer.
Of course I am.
I have dedicated my entire life to this. I left my wife, my family, and this crew, these men, they've all been reliant on me. You're just here for a few minutes and then you're gone. You're just observing.
Well, I'm the only one who's found you.
So what now?
What is there to do?
Tell my wife and my family I'm coming home.
I'm not going to tell them something that's not going to happen.
I'm not going home.
Can you hear him speak?
Eleanor.
No.
My wife, my daughter. She'd be 26 now, yes. Beautiful young lady. Well, Jane, my wife, was there for me when Eleanor's mother was passing in childbirth. She taught me a lot of things about the world, how to be nice, gave me confidence to do this expedition. I proposed on a whim in September. Beautiful new beginnings in September. She gave me the confidence to do this. Without her, Lord knows where I'd be.
My little brother, his name is Samir. He was like that too. When I first started having visions, I was frightened. I didn't know what was real or what wasn't, but he didn't see it that way. We used to play this game. He would hide things around the house and have me find them with my powers. To him, it was a gift.
He sounds wonderful.
So does she.
Will Sir John Franklin return to England?
Hi, ma'am. Can I ask one more thing?
Yes,
When?
Tell my wife and daughter
in September.
Can you tell the day?
that I'm wearing a nice fur coat, that I have on a nice woolen cap.
No.
Will it be at the beginning, middle, or end of the month?
Tell them that I'm by a fire, eating a fish that I caught myself, and that I'm healthy.
About the middle.
Tell them I'm warm.
I will speak to them.
Thank you. You've done a great service to our country. And to me.
I should be going now.
Yes. When will I see you again, Haleigh?
How did you live in this cold for 4 years?
Well, when the sun reflects across the surface, the beams flow across my skin. It's warm. At least I have that.
This marks a breakthrough for the British inquiry of mesmerism. Of the sincerity and integrity of the clairvoyant, we have no doubt, nor have we any doubt of what we saw and heard.
The cold is unbearable. I hope you see the sunrise tomorrow.
Hey guys, get ready with me. I woke up not that long ago and I'm going to see my friends in the Hamptons, so I'm just gonna do like super light makeup. I have so many little like freckles from the sun and I actually kind of love it. Anyways, Kosa sent me a few foundation shades, so I'm just gonna mix them and see which
Let's
one.
do a jewelry tour. So I've been seeing a lot of comments about my jewelry, so let's get started. This I have the Cartier Love bracelet with 4 diamonds in it. Jack got me that for Christmas for the year. And this tennis bracelet is from Ring Concierge. It has the like bezel set, and which is different from this tennis bracelet, which I got.
What I wore to New York Fashion Week as a micro-influencer.
answer.
Yes,
our Regina!
Regina George. My name is Regina George.
So this is a video of everything I travel with. These are just some of the weird things that I like to travel with, but most people probably don't travel with. But if I don't have them, I just I can't. I actually have to travel with them. So the first thing up is my Luna bars. I love these Luna bars. These are just in case the food on the plane is gross, or I don't want to eat the food at the airport, So these are my favorite. These are the lemon zest ones. This is the second box I brought with me. Another thing I love to travel with, my Valium,
Two populations are particularly vulnerable: pregnant and lactating women who are already facing iron deficiency anemia before the war in Gaza, which put them at risk of hemorrhage during birth. With the war, it puts them at risk of malnutrition and undernourishment, which means they can't breastfeed properly. Milk doesn't necessarily come in, and it's definitely not enough. And the other population is children under 2 years, which is the breastfeeding age. These children must be breastfed. If they can't be breastfed, then they need formula. In order to have formula, you need clean water. None of these things are possible in a war zone.
Well, I think it's time for a little reintroduction. I'm Kelsey. I'm a Capricorn living in Brooklyn with my fiance.
I think I like this little
Do you want one simple tip that will help you when communicating with narcissists?
Right, Saturday night, going to house, our favorite day steakhouse on the planet. And I gotta say, Pookie is looking after me. Right, babe, I'm just seeing her out for the first time. What are you wearing?
I'm wearing recent thrift finds I'm literally obsessed with. So,
Hey everyone, it is Bisan from Gaza. I'm still alive. It is the 20th of January. This is my daily routine, walking 20 to 25 minutes to reach a bathroom. Struggling, actually. We have no electricity. Everything is failing us. This is our daily routine. I don't know about yours.
This is my updated morning routine. So, first I like to start my morning by making my bed so I feel accomplished when I first wake up. Then I move to my bathroom so I can do my skincare rituals. I spray my face with rose water, I brush my eyebrows, I do my gua sha, and I brush my teeth. Then I head downstairs to do my supplements and my gut healing morning shot. This shot is made out of the juice.
My name is Kara, and I struggle with pretty severe and sometimes severe anxiety. So today, we're going to talk about something that has really changed the game for me and my mental health, and that is GoodRx.
You found the perfect Amazon Skims stew.
all right, everybody stop scrolling for just 30 seconds. I have a powerful Bible verse for you.
One of the biggest Supreme Court cases of the year is in 2 days, and nobody is talking about it. Let's talk EMTALA and how you can defend your right to emergency care in this
Come with
country.
me to get my lashes done at the most exclusive studio in all of Soho. It's actually Haleigh Bieber, and as someone who struggles with depression and anxiety, this type of self-care is really important.
What I eat a day as a 26-year-old who tries to be healthy-ish but doesn't count calories. I always start off my morning with hot lemon water.
Okay, so let's talk about how I prep my Ozempic, because like I said, it's really easy.
I lost 5 kilograms in just 3 months using this simple hack, and so can you.
Want to lose weight? There's 2 things I really recommend you start with.
5 unsexy nutrition tips from a registered nurse and dietitian that I swear by.
Day 8 of prepping for my first bodybuilding competition. So what is a good diet?
If your New Year's resolution was to lose weight, here are 3 things I think you should start with. My name is Melanie, and today we're going to talk about...
Drop 2 to 3 sizes before your next business event. Step 1.
You want to learn to lose weight fast? Here's the most natural, healthy, wholesome way that
Okay
you
guys,
can...
so this is just a video of my favorite wellness products, all under $10. First up, we have a new find. This is a crystal jade mask. I really love wearing this when I meditate, it's super calming. I just feel so zen and at peace when I wear it. It's a really good energy while I'm meditating. The other thing is, if you want fresh breath and you don't have a tongue scraper, what are you doing? Get yourself a tongue scraper. This one and everything else in the video is from Amazon, so I can create a little list for you.
very powerful white witch and on the white moon cycle. So what does this mean? White witches bleed on the new moon in Pisces and ovulate during the full moon. Now is your time to manifest and quantum jump to new realities.
Green high-top Converse. Mike, they wore green high-top Converse. Can you show these shoes, please? Wore these every day. Green Converse with a heart on the right toe. These are the same green Converse on her feet that turned out to be the only thing that could identify her after the school shooting.
Who was your greatest love? And why did you fall in love with them?
Well, my wife Bonnie. You see, before the internet, there was this thing called newspapers, and they had personal ads, and the ad went, here's this redheaded chutzpah, and I thought, well, that sounds great. So, after the first date, and I'm walking her to her car, and I'm thinking, I gotta go in for the kiss, and I went in for the kiss, and I kind of
Hi, I'm Luna Hernandez, and I'm with Rise Up for Abortion Rights in LA, and so, Biden and the Democrats aren't doing anything for abortion rights. They didn't do anything to codify Roe. They did nothing. We see officials in Alabama saying it's okay to prosecute women, and women are living in terror.
restock my ice drawer with me.
Hi, friends. So if you think you're having a bad day, I'm in Beverly Hills. I'm getting a chemical VI peel for my acne scars, and I have to leave this on till 7 p.m., right? So I get my car, I'm on my way home, I'm going up the hill that goes to Sunset Boulevard, and my car decides to stop working. Like, now I have to sit here and wait for the tow truck driver, and he's gonna have to explain all of this. Like,
You have reached a mental health checkpoint. We invite you to take a deep breath.
Coachella outfit trend!
Relax your shoulders. Unclench your jaw and soften your gaze.
At age 46 years old, I finally realized that helping people is the most important thing in life. We're in a rat race. Look at us. We're in a rat race. To go where? Stop. Look at the people around you. Ask yourself, can I help that person? Can I help that person? It's so important. Thank you. I'm done.
All right, there's a man who, he seems cold, but in reality he thinks a lot about you. He has begun to realize that he was the one who made mistakes. He will declare his love to you in 18 hours, but stop, don't go, like and save this video.
You need to let me there,
She's Caroline, so let's unbox. All right, so the first...
Sorry.
My husband was on his way out to get himself a cookie so I started by making some Oreos.
When I'm on the street, the first thing people are saying to me, whether in English or Arabic, is we need food. And it's interesting why they're saying this. They're saying this because their assumption is, how could the world allow this to happen if they knew? The nutritional crisis in Gaza is...
All right. There's some tension in your neck. Take a deep breath for me.
Hi, I'm Iris, and this is me before my cross-country race. I'm Iris, and this is me after my race.
Alright guys, I've gotten a lot of comments and questions and DMs asking me whether or not I've had any work done. I've said it 1,000 times. These are natural. Yes, occasionally I go to the doctor, but that's another thing.
A more, woke school board would see the death of a child and work to make sure it never happens again. Not this school board. When we heard that a trans child had been beaten to death, our state senator immediately released a statement saying, we don't want that filth in Oklahoma.
My name is Elijah. I'm 13 years old. When I was 6, my dad died, and it was really hard.
Okay. I'm sure you're just like me, and your For You page is covered in Madison Beer Get Ready with Me's. So let me tell you, as a former Sephora beauty advisor, which parts of her $300 routine are actually
The termination of our legal right to abortion is an atrocity. When women can't have legal abortions, their wombs become crime scenes. Now is the time to speak and act. Now is the time, if you have a choice,
so
if you have a choice to act now. Now is the time, if you have a choice, if you have a choice to act now.
I don't have
The
that.
Lord was really appreciating.
Yeah. But Lord was able to come
Pregnant, lactating women were already before the Lord got us. Welcome to Instagram.
Are you deer pretty or fox pretty or hammerhead shark pretty or you tomato world?
Divine feminine
These are the terms actually the most you're used to this
part of my daily routine.
And not all the time.
And provide information about the Instagram service has outlined below. Instagram account. Instagram. Provided to you by medical reports of to understand what information we collect and how we use and share it. That's why we encourage you to read our privacy policy. This helps you use Meta products in a way that's right for you. If you have questions about this policy, or questions, complaints, or requests regarding your information, you can contact us as described below. Send us a letter. Thank you for choosing Instagram.
Wow. Dear Greg, I'm writing this sitting on a plane, which feels very novel and interesting. Maybe just because postcards are the most uniquely land-oriented items of mail, and because planes are the least land-oriented items of transportation. The window I'm looking out of is yellowed, or maybe the sky. I write from solid land now, though I will be flying out again in a matter of days. Expect some delay in my return assurances of safety. They're sending me to Cincinnati for a week. Joy! If I perish in Ohio, tell my mother to ensure I'm not buried there. Let this postcard be a living will. Are the windows clean yet? Notarized, Jack.
Dear Jack, the windows are clean, though I am ashamed to admit the task was only completed because you asked about it. A healthy dose of shame is all I really need to perform, so. Outside of them, I'm watching a bird eat a worm, although it is 1:15 in the afternoon. Curious. Your sister tells me you've landed safely back in Denver. You called her, apparently. How come you never call me? Late, Greg.
Dear Greg, late as in not early, or late as in deceased? Maybe it is my turn to request assurances. Furthermore, what do you think of me? I would never stoop so low as to call you on the telephone. Hearing your voice all tinny will ruin my illusion that you are still just in the next room. You'll let me cling to my fantasies, won't you? If it's any comfort, I don't write postcards to anyone else. Delusional Jack.
Dear Jack, I don't believe that postcards and phone calls are mutually exclusive. Pick up the damn thing sometimes, unless you're too busy jet setting. I'm looking out the window again, and the broken neon sign of the bakery on Main is flushing the room red. I can hardly see the ink. I'm thinking of when you used to work there, and how I have not really gone far. I could throw a stone and break both of our windows. Flickering, Greg.
Dear Greg, I am sincerely sorry for my delay in responding. The bastards made me go back to Cincinnati. I've had my fill of all 7 of its hills. I'm
miss only certain things about that bakery. The broken sign is the least of which. So many years and they still haven't fixed it. It must be a real nuisance through your window. I feel myself developing a certain fondness for the thing, as it's doing my job of annoying you in my stead. Down a profiterole for me, will you? Distance isn't all it's cracked up to be. Your nuisance, Jack.
Dear Jack, a profiterole has been had. My review, not as good as when you used to make them when you worked in the back. Were you the glue that was holding the whole establishment together? Surely no. Nothing much more to say. Yeah, I'm running out of business to share with you. I try and catalog the interesting things, but I forget them by morning. Perhaps I'll start writing you before bed as a solution. This must be terribly dull. Oh, you haven't told me about your new place in Denver yet. Start with the windows. Numbly, Greg.
Dear Greg, numb is no good. Maybe turn the burners on your oven and warm your hands at the poor man's fireplace. Speaking of fireplaces, my place in Denver has one. If you will forgive me for not starting with the windows. I've not used it yet because I'm frightened of setting the place ablaze. It would be just my luck. The windows are less of a luxury. They are small and extremely normal. The frames are wood, and I fear they will leak terribly the moment the snow melts. Maybe I will wait until March to light a fire. The melted snow may just put out the blaze and save my life. Toasty, Jack.
Dear Jack, a fireplace. Unheard of here. Though I have been thinking lately of setting some of my old sweaters on fire. Nothing in my closet just looks how I would like it to anymore. But I admit, sometimes I fear they would fit better if I just left town like you did, instead of moving just down the road. In other words, are sweaters the issue or the landscape? Maybe I could move somewhere with a fireplace next.
Trippy stuff. I'm slightly high. The surprise is that the moment I am done writing this, I'm going to make your wildest dreams come true and call you! I'm holding the phone in my hand as we speak. Hell, I'll do it now. I'm back. It was nice to hear your voice, even if it is more difficult now to pretend my house is not empty. I find I do not want to let go of the receiver. Good night, Jack.
Dear Jack, coincidence, I did the same thing. I watched the bakery and held the phone for nearly a quarter of an hour. I hadn't even noticed the sun had set while we spoke. Though the fact that you were high put some of our conversation into an enlightening perspective. Would you laugh if I tell you that I miss you? The lack of an envelope on a postcard is making me feel suddenly very exposed. If you do laugh, preserve my dignity and ignore this closing. Scratch it out for me. Good night, Greg.
Greg, in a rush, but want you to know I didn't laugh. Would never laugh at you. Unless you did something funny. Jack. Dear Greg, a more proper missive. I had to get on another plane. I'm sick to death of planes. I've never wanted to smoke more than on one of those tin cans. Maybe it's like in the cartoons when someone tied up on the railroad tracks is given one last cigarette. They test my resolve for quitting like nothing else. I bought a pack of cigarettes the other day and had one lit before I threw them into the river. Is pollution a lesser evil? I'm not proud, but I promised you I'd quit, and I will, whatever the means. I miss you as well, but you knew that. You're in every cigarette I don't smoke. The coldest of turkeys, Jack.
Dear Jack, It has been brought to my attention that we are doing postcards wrong. Apparently, what we have been doing strays firmly into the territory of letters. Postcards are intended to be short well wishes, particularly for traveling. It might be closer to the purpose if you were to send me mail from your beloved Cincinnati. In fact, I actually demand a postcard from there next time they make you inevitably return. Oh, you're spelling it wrong. Anyway, post-cards. Why do you add a hyphen? Educated, Greg.
Greg, you will never get a Cincinnati post-card from me. Is there not a hyphen? Post-card, like after-card. How's that for short, Jack?
Jack, you're an idiot. It's not post like after, it's a postcard because it is posted in the mail. Greg.
Greg, much shorter. We are getting better at this. Think you could get it down to one word? Jack.
Yes.
Dear Greg, it's impressive. I will admit you've won if you go back to talking to me like normal. At the speed we've been going, it's weeks without properly saying anything. I find I don't care if we're doing it wrong. I can start us off by telling you about the window of my bedroom I am looking out of right now. It is unimpressive and bleak and looks over a grayish, death-colored roof. Bleh. At the very least, it is nice and big, and when the sun shines, I can almost pretend not to see said roof. Just the sky. This is a much easier task to be done when lying on the carpet rather than sitting in the chair. In fact, I'll sign off now, as I can feel its beige embrace calling to me. Farewell, Jack.
Dear Jack, beware the icy tendrils of the beige embrace. I fear you may not return. The rugs at my place are a dark maroon, which would be charming if not for the fact that they obfuscate whether anyone was murdered here or not. Have I mentioned that the spoons in my kitchen keep going missing? Yeah, that's why murder is on my mind. My suspicions point towards poltergeist or some kind of other restless spirit.
I'm likely making much of Denver nervous. In short, I don't believe in ghosts, but I feel somewhat surrounded by them. Haunted, Jack.
Jack, seeing ghosts on the bus. Have you totaled your car? Surely it must be more comfortable to see ghosts from your own driver's seat rather than sticky plastic ones for a few quarters apiece. Was the newspaper worth it? I hope so, as I am calling and reporting you to the authorities at this very moment. There should be sirens outside their door momentarily, though I suppose you won't read this until later. If they even forward your mail, in prison. You'll never know I was the one who betrayed you. Sound down. Seek thrills elsewhere. If the stealing were to escalate, I would fear losing you to the bars of the jailhouse. Walking free, Greg. Jack, I saw your sister at the grocery store this morning. She says she hasn't been able to get in touch with you. She asked if I'd called you lately, and I have to admit it was a little embarrassing to tell her that we don't do that. That the only time I'd spoken with you on the phone was weeks ago, while you were high. But it's longer than I typically go without hearing from you by mail. Are you all right? Did they send you back to Cincinnati again? I expect a postcard this time, if so, with bated breath. Greg. Jack, please, if you like, just call me when you get this. For some reason, I can't pick up the phone to call you. It just doesn't seem like the done thing for us. Worried. Worried. Greg.
You will notice this isn't a post-dash card. I tried to write it on one, but there wasn't enough room. I've just hung up from talking to you, and I needed to tell you that I'm sorry for being short on the phone, even if it will take you a week to get this apology. I called because I couldn't stand the thought of making you and Lisa worried about me, but some things are hard to say out loud. They did not send me back to Cincinnati. They will not be sending me anywhere. They terminated my contract, said I had been made redundant, and I sold my car to tide myself over while looking for new postings. Hence the bus, hence stealing newspapers. I'm worried my mother will be disappointed in me. I feel embarrassed and angry to have moved across the country for this, to have gone to fucking Cincinnati for this, for absolutely no reason. And the worst part is, I like it in Denver. I miss you like a limb, but I do like it here. I felt like something was going right for once. I wasn't getting up at 4 every day to make bread or ripping tickets at the movie theater. I felt like an adult, and now I have never felt more like a child. I want to go home. I don't want my mother to be disappointed in me. I want to go to that stupid bakery on Main with you. I don't know what should feel like home anymore. I couldn't tell you on the phone. I'm sorry. I feel childish even having to have written it down. I'll be all right and back to our regular communication methods soon. Jack.
Dear Jack, you will notice that my response is also not a postcard, and you'll see why. There will be other jobs, even if they are banal and involve far less jet setting. It is all right for Denver to be your home, and it is all right to miss your others. Anyway, you couldn't disappoint your mother when she tells the other church ladies about how you're doing. It is not about your job. It is about how funny you are and how many friends she is sure you are making. When I tell people how you're doing, I tell them about your fireplace and your windows. I miss you too. Like a limb. Or a home. So, check the envelope. Take a break from the job search for a while. And come have a profiterole. We can watch the neon sign blink through my bedroom window. Yours,